In honor of Halloween week, I thought we could get a little less dry and a little more moist by talking about our least favorite actors that we've worked with, some of the monsters that we spent time with in the rehearsal room and on stage and on set. It's
The
Working
Actor
NYC
with
Benjamin
Howes
and
Patrick
Richwood.
That's us.
This episode of the Working Actor NYC may contain profanity and some adult concepts, so please use your discretion.
And the Emmy goes to, and the Grammy goes to.
Oh my God. Mercy. Patrick, I have to tell you, we have been so helpful in our last few episodes. We are clearly earning doctorates from the University of Minsk-Wisconsin.
Yes.
Because we've been so wise and so helpful, but if I'm going to be honest, a little dry.
Speak for yourself. I am very moist, even as we speak.
That's what they tell me. Patrick Moist Richwood.
I'm sorry I ever introduced that word. You've taken it to a place that it doesn't belong.
So I thought that maybe perhaps, and likewise, furthermore, as in such as the Iran and the Iraq, it's Halloween week. So today I thought we could.
Boy, that's a talk about a sideways entrance. You're gonna have to work on that one. Around Iraq, who's taking us around the world? What's going on?
You don't remember that girl in the pageant who answered a question and she just word saladed for 2 minutes?
Right.
Do you remember that?
Spooky.
In honor of Halloween week, I thought we could get a little less dry and a little more moist by talking about our least favorite actors that we've worked with, some of the monsters that we spent time with in the rehearsal room and on stage and on set.
Scream worthy.
Wait. Oh, I couldn't hear it. Oh, it's sort of cutting it out for some reason.
Because it's a scream. This is my
Well, I'll see if I can get some sound effects to go. Wait, make a scream face. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's just throw around some of our monsters and see where they overlap and intersect, because I have a funny feeling, because we have worked together a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what if I'm one of your monsters? Will I recognize myself?
Not if I've crafted my response carefully enough.
All right, come on, hit me, scare me to death. Who have you got?
I think I'll start with the snake. I think this is the biggest kind of monster I've ever worked with. I was working on this great project with a person I had come to really like. And we had worked together before, and we had really kind of even bonded. Then we came to do this production together, and it was a particularly rich with possibility, this production. I will say I definitely triggered something. But
In
this
them? Okay.
Yeah. I triggered their survival thing. Like it's when you come too close to a snake and they go,
oh,
this person was threatened by things that I had been sharing with them, and it was a her. I'm just gonna, because I'll forget and say their pronouns, so I'll just say it was a her. And I didn't know it, and began to stew in her own juices about it. And I wasn't aware that there were relationships involved over there with her that made her even more invested, shall we say, in certain people that we were working with than I realized. And she just absolutely went bonkers. She cut me off completely. She stopped talking to me. She stopped looking at me. She stopped. If I said, "Hey, how you doing?" "No, fine." If I said, "Hey, let's get together," no, I can't. It got so bad that it was like, what's happening? And I finally had to schedule. I had to kind of beg with her to talk with me.
Yeah.
We made a date to talk. She told me, she was like, "You're dangerous. I don't want to be. You're too dangerous. You know, every moment that I'm here is an audition, and I have to constantly be, and I can't be associated with." And I was like, "Me, dangerous? Really?" I said, "Well, can't we start over? Can't we be friends? Can't you tell me what, how I could make this right or anything?" Like, no, it's over. But what really was, what makes her one of the monster types is that she then proceeded to backtalk me to everyone that she could, that I was this horrible person. And I kind of lost some people who would have been dear friends.
Right.
Others were like, "I
That's
don't
not
know
my
if you know what,
experience.
but what's being said about you over there, but it's
Right.
like, it's not okay." And it was weird. It was like right out of a hospital soap opera or something, where you're like, that stuff never happens. It happens. It happened. It
Right.
happened to me. And I know that I can make mistakes, and everybody can make mistakes, and I can trigger people, and I can rub people the wrong way. Of course, like we all can, because we're all human beings in this great big giant mosh pit called humanity. But especially, and then under a microscope in a theater, playing dress up. Oh, God.
Right.
But that one was a really good one. That's a juicy one. She came right to mind when we were saying, let's pick monsters.
All right.
That's my first one.
Spooky.
The first monster that I came up with is I have decided that perhaps this person is called the Narcissactor or the black hole. And everybody recognizes this person. This is the person who makes the rehearsal all about themselves. They are so focused on trying to make the rehearsal about themselves that they constantly trying to make themselves more important in a moment or a scene, regardless of whether the script can justify that focus. They announce during rehearsal, they will announce what they're going to do, like particularly if they're they've thought to themselves, oh, if I take a really long dramatic pause and look at everybody in the cast right here, I should make sure I tell everybody that I'm going to do that so that nobody steps on my moment and can interrupt my moment. They routinely ignore other people and focus attention on themselves. They do not listen well and constantly miss important information that was intended for everyone because they're so busy thinking about themselves. They miss the information. And in real life, we would call this person selfish, maybe narcissistic, certainly self-centered, maybe manipulative. But the other thing that I notice about this one is that the performative element is strong in this one. Like if someone's like, let's just say, I don't know, somebody in the cast is facing something challenging in their personal life. This actor will be the first one to put a message of support into the group chat so that everybody knows that they were the one who reached out to that person, not reached out to them in private, but in public. It's like, it's the very performative, look at me doing the good thing. Look at me doing the right thing for this person.
Interesting.
So therefore, I have named this person the Narcissactor.
The Narcissactor. I like
Narcissactor.
we've come up with that. That's a good term. I think that should go into the Urban Dictionary, don't you?
You think the black hole is a bit too
They're
dark?
narcissactic.
Yes.
They're narcissactic.
Narcissactic.
Yeah. It's just a scientific term.
Okay, who's your second monster?
My second monster would be the zombie. I love what I do. I love what we do so much. I just love what we do. I'm just like, it's amazing to me that we get to do it at all.
Sure.
So when I meet somebody who is neither passionate about the work nor particularly interested in elevating it in any way because of who they are, what they bring to it, or even distinguishing it in any way, my blood starts to curdle. And I can use a perfect example. I worked with somebody once. There was nothing distinguishable about here. It was a very good looking person. He was very castable. He got cast all the time in this local pool, and he could bring nothing to the table, either in rehearsal or socially.
And this was
He
somebody who worked all the time, like who
he worked all the the
because he was
and
good
he
looking.
also was a teacher as well. He was a like tenured teacher or something. This was a guy who was so uninvested in the show that he
Oh
just
my
wore his
God.
Invisaligns during the performance. Didn't matter. Didn't matter.
You
It
feel
was
like tapping that person on the shoulder and saying, "You know, people paid money for this, right? To see
yeah,
us do this. They
yeah.
paid money to see
I
us
would
do this."
rather I'm where I'm coming from is more like, "Get the fuck out." There's
Yeah, right.
700 people who would die to do this, and you do not care. You're not just disinterested, you don't give a fuck. Like, you really don't care. And here's the funny thing, I have trouble remembering his name because he was so completely aggressively unmemorable. You know what I mean? Like, he was
Aggressively
he was
unmemorable.
yeah, yeah. I asked somebody, "What does he teach?" Acting.
No, why is it always the why is it always the ones that drive you crazy who are teaching it to students? Like, why is that always the case?
First of all, I shut down my leg and then died. I died. No longer alive. This is a ghost. Have joined the deceased.
Oh my God.
I am among the undead now.
Spooky.
So my next one is I've called the Desperado, or alternatively, the Laugh Snatcher, because this actor is so desperate for the audience's love, attention, and laughs and applause. They will go to every extreme to get it. That includes stepping on your laugh so that they can get more of the attention, exaggerating wildly, like going to the extremes with it, like just doing the most and completely ignoring what's good for their acting partner, what's good for the scene, what's good for the play. They will do anything to get more attention from
Yeah.
the audience. And the sad part is that it's not malicious. It's not malicious towards their fellow actors. It is just born out of that complete desperation and anxiety that they're riddled with.
I know that we're thinking of the exact same person right now.
Wait, is this on your list too?
It's not on my list, but
you know who I'm talking about.
I know just who you mean. And of course, they're just one of a breed. It's not
Yes.
unique to that one person, but yes, indeed. I know just who you're talking about. In fact,
Yeah.
when I worked with that person, a friend of mine came to see the show and I said, "Tell me what's going on." I hear the monitor and I'm listening to people who are super funny, I was just falling over laughing at their interpretation of their stuff. And I'm not hearing any laughs out there. What can you give me the audience perspective? Because, I can give it to you in one sentence, 2 words. And he named that person.
Yeah.
And I went, what? This friend of mine said, "Oh, it's appalling. They're stealing, they're upstaging everything, moving on everybody else's life. They're literally going, love me, love me,
Love me, love me.
stage,
Yeah,
on stage.
it's what it is. It's stealing the show, like literally
The
taking the show
stealing it.
away
Yeah.
from the other people that they're sharing the stage with. Because
It's invasion of the Laugh Snatchers.
the Laugh Snatchers.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. This is a laugh snatch. That's a laugh snatch. That person's a laugh snatch.
Yeah.
That's what they are. And not just a laugh snatch, like an attention snatch. They're a
Attention
snatch.
snatch. Yeah.
They're just a snatch.
I had a slightly different variation. The person that you and I are thinking of, that behavior didn't reveal itself until the audience materialized.
Yeah, that's right. But you could see the love me in
Oh,
rehearsal.
we could definitely see that part of the personality.
Yeah. And
We
that's
just
a
didn't know that it
particular
was going to
direction.
materialize in front of an audience and become this juggernaut,
Yeah.
in front of our very eyes. So the variation that I worked with at another time was that it showed up during rehearsal, that this person started plotting how they could manipulate things so that it centered them and focused more attention on themselves. And it got to the point where I was in the elevator with the director at one point, and I heard the director say to their assistant, "I can't give them any direction. They just don't listen. They're just not listening to any of the direction that I give them." So it's there are variations on it.
Wait,
but
what? Sorry,
it
I
is
wasn't listening. What did you say?
Spooky.
Oh my God, the Hydra.
The Hydra.
Yeah, because from Greek mythology, because the Hydra is the one that everything's fine until the moment that their emotional reason collapses and it turns into a whirlpool vortex of angst and pain and suffering, and they fall apart in front of everybody, and everything comes to a complete and utter stop.
Oh no, my heart's breaking for this person.
I've worked with several of them, and I must say, I'm talking about someone that does this in every show. It's a trademark.
Oh,
It's a trademark.
I was going to say that becomes something else at that
Yeah,
point.
and we know we've all, some of us have heard the stories about some people, but I know some. I've worked with at least 3 where you can count on the drama to happen at some point, and everything will come to a stop while everybody appeases that person.
Oh.
Like, oh, what can we do? How can we, they're just, it's over. And then they get what they want, and then they get back to being exactly the great person they were before. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde. It's Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, right. But it also sounds like a tactic to just focus attention on themselves.
I think it's an unconscious. The 3 times I've observed it, looked like it was just an unconscious thing. Like they just always arrive at this place that takes them down. I think it's accidentally part of their process.
I wonder if they think that that's their way of sort of thinking to themselves, oh, I know I'm really getting deep emotionally into this character or into this piece of work because I can feel it torturing me. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if that's their way of sort of thinking, this is how I know I'm a real actor, because I'm really going through some shit.
Maybe, but I've seen this happen in musical comedies.
Right.
And I don't think that could be tied part of the psychological. Wait, hold on. Let me put on my PhD hat.
You look like Gomer Pyle.
I've been giving this a lot of thought. You know who I look like? I look like Miss Gulch. I'm taking that dog to the sheriff. Make sure he's destroyed. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that it's a regular occurrence with these people, and it seems to be built in. Now, I don't think it's built into their psyche. I just think it's built into some story. I really think it's unconscious, but it's a complete full stop for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's a hostage crisis. That's what it is.
Oh.
These people each of these people that I'm thinking of is a walking hostage crisis when the time in that moment.
Spooky.
So my next one is, you're going to love this. The Ego-Saurus Rex. This actor is so deeply egotistical that they can only talk about themselves, and every single sentence out of their mouth includes the words me or I. In the rehearsal room, they are so completely self-centered that they pay absolutely no attention to work that doesn't directly involve them. I mean, I'm like, in their mind, everything that happens on stage is only there to support their entrance, their lines, their work, everything else. It's just support. And as soon as the work on their part of the scene is over, this actor goes into full-voiced conversation while others are trying to continue their work and won't even notice that this is rude and disrespectful. I mean, in real life, this person is an egomaniac, and in the rehearsal room, it is the Ego-Saurus Rex.
The Ego-Saurus Rex. That's good. That's a good one. That's a very good one. I know them.
Tell me if this is true for your experience. They're often extremely good looking.
I hadn't thought of that. I'll have to think about it.
So what I notice about this type, they are often extremely good looking, hopeless at romantic relationships. Like, these people are, divorced, because it's total narcissism in a lot of ways. But it's like they are unable to partner, because it's me, I all the time. So I've noticed that. But the thing that I'm noticing about all of these, both yours and mine, is that it doesn't stop them from being talented. All of these people are enormously talented.
Yeah.
It's just they're infuriating to work with.
Yeah, but I agree with you that there is really no particular thing you have to be talented. Like, it's
You
exclusive
don't
of
have to be
anything that
smart.
you don't have
You
to be
don't
smart, you
have
don't
to
have to be
be
good, you don't have to be
considerate.
nice, you
You
don't
don't have
have
to
to
be
be
kind. Yeah.
no, you don't have to be, you don't have to be anything. Talent is its own trait.
Wait, you have a bonus.
This one I call the Kraken. Release the Kraken. It's those mothers that stand slyly by, making friends with the cat. Very passive.
I
Hello,
baked.
hello.
Uh-huh.
And then and then when the time comes, out comes the Kraken. There was this one girl, she had this sort of showbiz savvy a little bit, and it was because her mother was constantly, and you didn't, and but her mother was like, I'm just a mom. I don't know, and she had this little simpy little voice, and she just talked like this, and I watched her. She would be like, I'm just a mom. I don't know anything. I just have it. If there was a contract involved, or anything, or
all of a sudden, flips the
look out.
switch.
Holy shit. I know people who were child actors and who were absolutely Were you a child actor?
11. Sound of Music.
I did not know that. I was acting as a child, but I mean, I was doing it like, school productions and little theater.
I was a professional.
I know you were totally a professional. I did not know
Totally
that.
professional.
Oh, that's why you're so fucked up. Okay.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly
No,
right.
but look, you're a normal. So, okay, let me.
A normal weirdo, but yeah.
You have, you're a healthy human being. It's not always, doesn't always have to go that way at all.
Honey, I've got one more for you. I've got one more special little monster to put into your Halloween basket, so you can eat that with your hobnobs and your ho-hos and your Tim Tams. So my other monster, I couldn't come up with a cute name for it except for this, the rehearsal cop. Are you asking the question because you want to know the answer, or because you want the answer demonstrated for another actor's benefit that you see them making a mistake?
Oh, the passive aggressive. Yeah.
And we've seen this on TikTok and social media lately, but it's like the rehearsal cop.
Oh, we've seen this on social media?
Yeah, they do it a thing like, are the baritones really supposed to be on an F, or is it an F sharp? Who would ask that? Who asked that question? I can distinctly remember a rehearsal where I was downstage of somebody, and they asked the choreographer 3 times whether the turn started on the left, or whether the stamp was on the left foot or the right foot. And it wasn't because they were making a mistake. It was because I was downstage of them, and
You were doing it on the left foot or whether the right foot.
Exactly. 3 times they asked the exact same question. Just clarify again. Is it on the? I'm like,
oh my God.
and I started I literally started doing it on the wrong foot just to piss them off.
That's so you. So
I was like,
that's a monster.
important?
That's what side monster, that person that does things to piss people off because they're pissed off at the people that they're doing things to piss people off.
I claim that one for myself.
Spooky.
There was another one that I had that it was an honorable mention, which I've mentioned to you. I've told you before, and I call this one no Sferatu, because everything's a no. Everything's the no.
Let's play. No.
No.
Let's discover this moment.
No.
So
let's
try.
I know I told you this, but there was one time where I was like,
I've had this
hey,
idea.
how about
Do you
this?
want to try?
No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, okay. Okay.
I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if we?
He finally goes, that's fine for you, but I'm not going to do it. I went, okay. Each time I'd suggest something, and they'd go, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Then the director would go, hey, why don't you guys try doing da-da-da-da-da? And I'd be like, oh, okay. And the guy would be like, all right. and then we
Oh,
would
then
do it.
then it was okay. If it came from the director,
Sure.
then it
Oh,
was
yeah,
okay.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How
Okay.
about our sexy, hot, stinking new website? How good is that
With
website?
merch and all
It's got
kinds of things.
merch.
Oh
You
my
can get
god.
T-shirts from the Working Actor NYC. You can get your baseball
I
caps. You
got
can
them all
get
in order.
your
I'm getting them all.
your
I'm getting them all. So don't
beanie or
show off
your
too much.
hoodie.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the thing I'm super pleased about is that the quality is good. I
Yes,
was like really scared. I
I
was
can
like, I
see
don't know
that.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And when I got them, like the quality of they're nice. You know,
Plushy, delicious.
they have a good weight to them. The hoodie is delicious to wear. I've got to say that out loud.
I'm particularly proud that one of them features a quote out of this, a $20 quote coming straight out of this $5 mouth right here.
And what's that quote say, Patrick?
That right there. I don't know if I booked the job, but the part was mine for 15 fucking minutes.
How about that? Or you
Um,
could get rehearsal clothes are real clothes, or
I
call
love
me
that
when it's
one.
Broadway, or you can be
Tell me
both
when it's
broke
Broadway.
and brilliant.
Broke and brilliant.
Check it out on our website, The Working Actor NYC. And while if you are in the market for a website, click on the bottom right corner of the screen on the website. You'll see the name of our designer. His name is Michael
Brilliant.
Burrell. Not
Brilliant.
only is an incredibly talented performer
Sweetheart.
and kind of spicy to look at too. He is just he's been so fantastic with us through this whole process of putting the website together. And he has
Yeah.
very generously decided that if you are in the market for a new website, if you mention the Working Actor NYC when you reach out to him, he'll give you a 10% discount on his services. How about that?
What?
How about that?
What?
I want to know from our audience what their monsters are and how they deal with them. Please let us know who we missed. Who are your acting, rehearsal room, and theater and set monsters that the
Yeah,
ones that drive you
the ones that
crazy?
make you go like this. All right, ready? Let's do the scream. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my god.
That's a wrap. What else is there to say?
If you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like, share this with somebody you think is going to get a kick out of it.
The whole thing. Just hit them all. Just
And
take
if you're listening to us on a podcast, please rate, review. We want to get your support and help.
Tell us what
Check
you
out our
think we look
website,
like.
theworkingactornyc.com.
Write to us and tell us what you think we look like. I'm the devilishly handsome one. With the
I'm
Rick
the
is
one who looks better in soft filter.